Hello friends and welcome to yet another video. Before we begin, let me thank all of you to have shown so much of interest in my videos and getting messages are able to understand it in a more better way now. It gives me enough pleasure to bring you more and more videos like this. If you are new to my video, please subscribe it and hit that bell icon so you get all my notifications of the future videos which are coming to you. Okay, so today we have come up with yet another video to how to calculate anti-logarithms, which is the opposite of logarithms. If you are new, please hit that I button to find out how we can find out the logarithm of numbers which are greater than 1 and less than 1. So today we will be starting with how to calculate anti-logarithms, which are a real headache to most of the students. So we'll finish that headaches one and for all. So without further delay, let's start. So let's take this as an example. Here we are told to calculate the anti-logarithm of 2.5511. So if you have not watched my previous videos of logarithm, do watch it. I highly recommend it. Okay, so if you have watched my logarithm video, you have already understood that there is something called characteristic and the other one called the mantissa. Here if you focus on that, you will find that there is a number 2.5511. So how to find out the characteristic in log? You remember, -1. So what we are going to do here, we are going to take this number. We are not counting the number of digits as of in the case of logarithm. We are not counting the number. Here what we are taking is we are taking the number directly. What is the number? The number is 2. Then what we do in logarithm is we are subtracting 1 from the number of digits. But here what we do is we are going to add 1 to this. So you are going to get this number as 3. So let that number 3 be there as such. We are not doing anything on that. Then we are focusing on the other part of the numbers. What is the other part of the number? The number is point, but in logarithm we don't take the decimal point, but here we will be concentrating on decimal point as well. Okay, 0.551 we'll write that 4-digit number in such a way that this 0.55 will come together along with 1 and 1 written separate. So now what we are going to do is we will take the anti-logarithm table book. I repeat, anti-logarithm table book, and find out where I get the number or the value corresponding to 0.55 in the anti-logarithm book, corresponding to a difference of 1 and a mean difference of 1. Let's take that book and see. So from the anti-logarithm book, we have to find out is 0.55, that is here in this particular column. And then 1 and 1. What is the 1? 1 is the difference part you have to look for. Difference comes here, that is this particular column. And our number was 1. So corresponding to 0.55 and 1, you will get this number. So 3, 5, 5 and 6. And then we have to look for the third number in the difference column. Corresponding to 0.55, 1 and this mean difference, we will get this as a number. So we have our numbers here, 3, 5, 5 and 6 followed by 1. So how will we write this? 3, 5 and 6 followed by 1. So you will get this number as 3, 5, 5, 7. So this is our number. So you get this number as 3, 5, 5 and 6 along with 1, right? So what we'll do is we'll add these two together. You will get it as 7, 5, 5 and 3. So what we do is we will write this number, that is 3, 5, 5 and 7 like this. Be careful, we are writing 3, 5, 5 and 7 and we have already found out the characteristic number here, right? What we do is from the left hand side, I repeat, from the left hand side, I will count 3 digits to the right, that is 1, 2, 3 and then put a decimal point here. So this is the anti-logarithm of 2.551, which is 3557.7. I believe you got it. We'll take one another example. Yes, this is yet another example to find out anti-logarithm of 6.2315. Yes, okay. Now let's focus on finding out the number of digits, or rather we call it characteristic. Okay, for that what we do is we take the 6 here from here, we'll pick it up. Okay, that is 6 here, right? And add 1 to that. What is that? Adding 1 to that. How much you will get? You will get it as 7. Let that 7 be there. Okay, now let's concentrate on the numbers after the decimal point, including the decimal. So what are the numbers? 2, 3, 1 and 5 along with the decimal. So what we will do, we will write that number together, 0.23 together, and then the remaining 1 and 5 separate. So from the anti-logarithm book, what you will do, you will find out corresponding to 0.23 and a difference of 1 and a mean difference of 5, you will find out the number. So let's look at the book. So in the same method, we have to look for a 0.23, that is here, that is 0.23 is coming here, 0.23, then we have the next number 1. So corresponding to 0.23 and 1, we have this number, that is 1702. 1702. Now we will repeat the same numbers, 0.23, 1 and 5. 5 where 5 is in the mean difference. So corresponding to that, we have to look for this particular number, that is corresponding to 5 here, that is coming here, that is this number 2. So how will I write this? The numbers are corresponding to 0.23 and 1, that is 1702, and then mean difference, that is 2. So we have to add these two numbers together. You will get 1704. That is our number. So you get the number as 1702 and 2, correct? That this 2 is corresponding to the mean difference of 5 in the book. Okay. So you will get this number as 4, 0, 7 and 1. So that is the beautiful part. What we are going to do, we are going to write this number right here, 1, 7, 0 and 4, and then what I have told you, let's look at the characteristic. The characteristic is 7. So you, from the left hand side, we have to count 7 digits to the right and then put the decimal point, 1, 2, 3 and 4. After that, what do you have to do? We will put zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then put the decimal point. So this is the anti-logarithm of, probably after decimal point, even if you put 0, that's okay, right? So this is the anti-logarithm of 6.2315. So what we have today done, we have done how to calculate anti-logarithm of positive numbers. The tricky part is anti-logarithm of negative number is a little more trickier than this one. So for more practice, I'll give you 3 more examples to calculate by yourself how to calculate the anti-logarithm of numbers, and find out the answer and put the answer in the comment section below. These comment sections are open for you to give me doubts of yours. If you have still not liked my video, what are you waiting for? Just hit that like button so that I get some confidence of how much you liked my video. If you have not shared it, share with all your friends and tell them to watch and study what logarithm is and anti-logarithm is. Okay, so until with the next video, bye.